Okay, I'm in Ellensburg, Washington, and I'm heading back to Wenatchee, and I'm going to see what kind of a scenic route I can follow. Do it. A lot of airplanes here I got to watch out for, a lot of flight training here, student pilots. Scariest kind of airplane pilots are the students. Ellensburg area traffic, helicopter 7534 Delta on the ramp by the fuel island. Would like to depart across the runway. Anyone in the traffic pattern? Ellensburg traffic, helicopter 34 Delta departing across the runway. Having some troubles with one of my cameras. Not much to say here. Ellensburg is mostly a farming community. There's a college here. Flight school at the airport. They grow a lot of alfalfa. They've got a lot of cattle down below. It's a little bit after 11 in the morning. I just finished my check ride. I passed. Yay! And now I'm headed back to base. But I thought I'd try to do something scenic along the way. So I'm flying up, I'm going to try to fly up this canyon ahead of us, see where it takes us. I'm thinking I'd like to come down over Mission Ridge. I don't have much to say, sorry. Maybe I'll put music on this. Who knows? A lot of wires down here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 separate, 5 separate groupings of wires. And there's another 2 over here, 3 over here. And that air conditioning feels very sweet. So down in this canyon, it looks to me like we've got remnants of fire damage on the side here. We have forest fires so often. Could be last year, could be a couple of years ago. A little bit on this side too. This looks worse. There's a creek down below me. And an old forest road in here that looks probably impassable. Looks like it ends right there. They could also be roads that they carved into as fire breaks, or they could be from logging a long time ago. I'm pretty sure that's the backside of Mission Ridge right in front of us. Oh, there's the other antennas there. So if I go straight, take me right over the top of Mission Ridge. So let's do that. Mission Ridge is our local ski resort, which of course is closed now. It's July. Might see a little bit of snow up there. There's a road down below us. Looks like a pretty good one too. Might even be paved. So if this is the first one of my videos that you're watching, I just want to urge you to read the descriptions for the videos, because there's a lot of information I provide in there that might answer some of your questions. And I know people don't like to read, but if you ask me a question in the comments, you're going to have to read the answer anyway, so why don't you just look and see if I've already answered it. Just saying. Really sweet down here. One of the things I'm hoping to do before winter comes is do some heli camping. Land out in probably in the mountains somewhere. Set up a tent for a day or two. But boy, it's kind of sweet down in here. This might be National Forest though. I'm not allowed to land on National Forest. Okay, we got to climb or I'm going to hit that mountain, so let's do that. So there's two ways to climb. Usually I use a combination. One is to pull pitch, basically the up lever collective, but I'm only limited to a certain amount, so I'm limited to about 22 inches, which is where I am now. So the other way to get that climb going is to pull back on the cyclic, and that'll basically point my nose up and get us climbing. Right now I'm climbing at 1,000, well, almost 1,200 feet per minute, which is a pretty good rate of ascent until you realize I'm all by myself with half tanks of fuel. So if I can't climb at least that fast, then I have a problem. So yeah. My best...
Traffic 5 Mike there, about 3 miles south of the airport over I-90. Transitioning on I-90 to Hurt Valley to Yakima.
My best rate of climb is about 60 knots. Between 55 and 60. So if I wanted to really get some good climb in, I would pitch for 60, which is just about where I am now.
Traffic 5 Mike 4,300, climbing 5,500.
The altimeter over here tells us our altitude over sea level. And then this thing up here, which you won't be able to read even once it starts up because it kind of flickers in the camera. That's a radar altimeter, and it reads, uses radar. That's everybody chattering behind us at Ellensburg. It uses radar to tell my distance off the ground. It takes a couple of minutes to warm up. And it says I am 1,100 feet off the ground, which makes kind of sense. So up ahead of me, you see some buildings. There's some antennas here. This is at the top of Mission Ridge. So we'll go up there. Let's see. It's kind of hazy out. I guess I could do a 360. See if we can see Mount Rainier behind us. So this is the top of Mission Ridge. Might get a little bumpy up here. Hold on. And I can actually take my Jeep all the way up to this point. There's a road that comes down from down over in there. It's a long drive. It's a lot of fun though. We'll do a 360.
Runway 12 for a departure. Wenatchee.
These are the ski slopes, and if you have sharp eyes, you can probably see the lifts. I'm going to do a 360 so you get an idea of the view from up here.
Down one, runway 16.
We're 7,000 feet above sea level, and it is 58 degrees outside here. And it looks like I could fly all the way to Seattle. I could almost see, nope, that's Mount Rainier. You can barely see it through the smoke. It's out that way. You could just see the top of it. Kind of sad. I saw it a lot better earlier. And then Mount Adams would be out that way, and again, too much smoke. But that's the ski resort there. There's a pond up there that they use to get water for snowmaking. And I don't see any snow at all up here. It's all gone. Wild ride up here. So I'm thinking that I need to stop at a house that a friend of mine owns, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna land there. And I know that's kind of weird. That noise is caused by two people trying to use the radio at the same time. Normally I would change frequencies, but Wenatchee's frequency is the same one. Now I'm descending. I've got about 1,300 foot per minute descent rate, which is pretty steep. Let's see some of the lakes on the way down. The parking area for the ski resort is almost right under me. That's the Beehive Reservoir out there. Marion and Clara Lakes are up here. That's a really good hike in the area. And I got to dump a whole bunch of altitude to get to where I'm going. And that's Wenatchee out in front of us. Wenatchee there, East Wenatchee on the other side of the river, Malaga off to my right. Descending at 1,300 feet per minute. I need to go to a place right down in there, so I gotta drop a lot of altitude. This is nice to be able to stop at my friend's place. I have a little job to do there. He's got an Airbnb and I manage it for him, and the guest just left, and I figured I'd just go take care of it right now. It's about a 30-minute drive from my house, so it's saving me a bunch of time, and I'm coming this way anyway, so why not stop? The guy that was staying at the house was a pilot helping me with cherry drying, so he had his helicopter parked there the whole time too. He's gone now. There was actually 2 helicopters parked there for a while. This is almost an auto rotation what we're doing. I've got power on, of course, but the descent rate, 1,200 feet per minute, is pretty steep. I'm probably gonna have to circle once to get down to him. This under us is, this canyon here is called Squilchuck Canyon. The Squilchuck Road turns into Mission Ridge Road. And this piece of land out in front of us here is Wenatchee Heights. And out to the side here is one of the orchards that I'm responsible for. It's about half picked out now. It's actually 4 orchards there, owned by 3 different groups. Yeah, you can see where the pickers are parked. They're picking out over in here, which is good. Good to see. And they're picking up there too. So we'll just circle around. That's kind of, I guess they just parked in there. That's the Rainiers. I thought they were all picked already, but yeah, they're probably just parked in there to get out of the way. I try not to fly over the local houses here. Oh, they're picking down in here too. To see them up on the ladders. They can only pick cherries when it's cool out, so they start right around dawn, as soon as they can see. And then they'll pick until it gets to about 80 degrees, which we're in 74 right here now. So they'll probably be quitting probably around noon. And I'm landing at this house right here. Blow around some tumbleweed. Company. I'm just kidding, nobody's here. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and do my stuff. Hope you enjoyed the ride. And probably take me leaving too. I'm trying to get as much video as I can between the flights that I have to do to keep us watching good stuff, hopefully. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe.